Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video we are going to be reviewing the new, maybe a little broken, Patrick Ta Major Headlines Blush Palette. This palette just came out a couple of days ago and I feel like it might be a little bit more popular than we expected it to be because it's currently sold out both at Sephora and the Patrick Ta website. With that said, I don't know when you're watching this video. If it's still available, I will have both links down below. On the Patrick Ta website, I have a discount code. It's Patty C Alonso 15. I'll write it on the screen. I'll write it on the description box. So you can save 15% with my code on the Patrick Ta website. Otherwise, I'm also leaving you my Sephora link down in the description box. This is a limited edition palette, so whenever it comes back in stock, if you want it, definitely snatch it because it's not going to be around forever. And let's just start talking about it. As soon as I opened my Sephora box, the first thing I heard was this. And I was petrified. I'm like, it's broken. It's going to be shattered. I'm going to have to replace it. It's going to be a mess when I open it, but surprisingly enough, it's just this thing is loose. It's missing one of the little legs right here, but my palette does not look too bad at all. There is like a little bit of a smudge on the pink shade right here, but overall it's fine. I'm going to be keeping it. I mean, I'm just going to be very careful in storing it with this thing shot like that because it's there for a reason. I don't want my creams and my powders to mix, and I'll just be very careful when I use it. But the good thing is that the shades are good, right? Now, when I first saw this palette online, and if you've been here for a while, you know that I'm not like the most into blush ever. I was a little scared. I'm like, that looks pretty bright. This pink, pretty bright. This peach, pretty bright. And then this color right here, this color got me. If this color wouldn't have been on this palette, I don't think I would have gotten it because it's not only a beautiful, more like brown, mauvey, cool toned shade, but this is a palette after all, and the plan for me is to combine these shades and come out with colors that I'm personally probably a little bit more comfortable wearing. So in this video, I'm going to try the blushes on their own, and then I'm going to try them combined, and I'm expecting great things, okay? The palette retails for $58, and it's not the first time that I try Patrick Ta blushes, so I am familiar with his blush formula. I do have this blush right here in the color She's So LA, and I actually really like it. This one is really natural looking, which is more my vibe. And so I honestly really love using it. His individual blushes retail for $34, so getting this bigger palette with 3 blushes for $58 is actually not bad at all. I do definitely see a difference in the sizes, so let me see the size difference. In his single blushes, the cream part is 6 grams and the powder part is 4 grams. In the palette blushes, the cream side is 3 grams and the powder side is 3.3 grams. Which is actually pretty interesting. In each individual blush, you get half of the cream that you would get on the big blush, but you get fairly a similar amount of powder. It's not that much of a difference in the powder. And you know what? I'm not mad at that at all. You are getting 3 blushes for $58 rather than 1 blush for $34. So I definitely think that it is worth it. The palette does come in his beautiful rose gold mirror packaging that by this point I feel like we are used to, and I don't know, I kind of like these in person more than I did online, so I am dying to try them. Online it says it is a limited edition palette of 3 major beauty headline double take cream and powder blush shades. Create an endless variety of looks with these 3 new color duos of luminous cream and velvety powder blushes. So long-lasting, natural, glowy, skin-like, all of the things we want to hear, right? Let's just go for it. Let's just try them. I'm going to try them with no bronzer because I want you guys to see the actual shade of the blush on my skin tone, and then by the end of the video I will add some bronzer on, but for right now let's just experiment with no bronzer. I have my Rephr number 5 brush right here, which is my most favorite blush brush, and you can currently get 20% off on the Rephr sale that's going on, so definitely check that out. My link is down below. Let's just go for this one. I'm immediately terrified. I'm just not this type of blush person. Let me just go for it though. That's the fun of makeup, you know, it washes off. Nothing is permanent and you can just play and experiment with colors. I definitely grabbed a little bit too much at first and I wiped it off on a paper towel, and so this is the remaining here. I think because it has such a beautiful natural finish, I don't actually hate it. I am so surprised. Who would have thunk it? So that is the beautiful blush color right there. Now Patrick uses the cream part of the blush on top of the powder because it has a more natural luminous finish to it that way. So I'm going to use a clean side of my sponge and I'm going to go on the cream side and we are going to stamp it over. And this is the color She's a Doll. I can't believe that I don't hate that. I actually feel like if I just were to put on some bronzer and this on top, I would actually wear it. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's move on to the next shade, which is of course this one here. And once again, using my Rephr brush, let's just pat it on. And I'm using the other half. So this is the pink side and this is the peach side right here. And let's blend it. I thought they would look more different. I thought this was going to be a lot more peach, but it actually doesn't look as different as I thought it would from this shade. I might have just overdone it, you know? And with a different side of the sponge, I'm going to go into this color here in the middle, right there. And once again, oh, that was a lot. Once again, finish it up with the cream. Okay, so this color is She Is Vibrant, which she definitely is vibrant, okay? Right there. And She's a Doll, which surprisingly I like much better than She's Vibrant. I thought it was going to be the opposite, but this, I think I might have also been a little bit less heavy-handed on this side. I do like this side. So I'm going to do the third color across my forehead. I'm going to then take everything off and redo it, combining them, which is the goal here. Since I already used both sides of my Rephr number 5, I'm going to use my Rephr number 4 for the third shade, and this one is called She's Baked. This is what it looks like on the brush right there, and I guess I'll just do it across my forehead here. That is such a stunning color right there. Don't mind the placement, this is just to show you. It does give you a really nice bronzy feel to it. Another clean side to my sponge here, going into the cream color and blending it over. And so that is shade number 3 right there, She's Baked. I like that one. I like that one quite a lot. I think my least favorite is She's Vibrant, just because it's like a little bit too vibrant. But we'll see once I combine it with this one how they play together. Okay, one last look. Here's all 3 shades. Let's go ahead and combine them now. Okay, so my goal here is to mainly combine each one of the more vibrant shades with the more muted one in order for these shades to be a little bit more wearable for me personally, just because I'm just not into super vibrant colors, although like I said before, I did really like that pink one. But anyways, I'm going with my original plan here. And I'm back with my Rephr number 5 brush because we're going to mix colors, so it's okay that it's got a little bit of blush left in it. So I'm going to this one and that one, and I'm just going to tap it back and forth and put it on my cheek. I'm going to go for a little bit more of this one on its own, just because it's not as muted as I wanted it. And sometimes when blushes become a little bit too vibrant for my personal taste, I go back with my sponge. This is the side that I basically blended my foundation and concealer with, and I'm going to just pat that side over the blush, and that will soften everything and it'll look so beautiful. You guys can see, right? Much better in my opinion. So I'm going back with the sponge this time, and I'm going to just go into this shade and this shade and just alternate back and forth between the two. And that's the mixture right there. And again, go over everything. And I love Patrick's blush formula because it truly makes such a difference when you put the cream over the powder in his formula. It makes the blush look so skin-like, and it has a beautiful, beautiful finish to it. So this is my pink mixture. So I'm going to do the same with these two next. I did some extra taps on the darker shade this time because I knew it was still going to be coming out super vibrant. And here's my peach mixture before I blend it down. I am once again going to blend it down with my sponge. Alrighty, and just tap it right over here. And you can see how much softer that immediately becomes, right? So then we're going back with the cream shades. And I still have a clean space on my sponge, which is good. Just tapping back and forth these two. This side. I was confused for a second. Okay, so on this side I have She's a Doll and She's Baked mixed together. And on this side I have She's Vibrant and She's Baked mixed together. And I definitely do see myself wearing them this way much more than on their own. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and do some bronzer next. I feel like for this one you do the cream before the powder, right? You know what? I'm going to do it the same way as the blush because I don't think I've tried that. So I'm going to do the powder first. And mine is in the color She's Statuesque. She's Statuesque. And I'm blending it in with a Wayne #1 brush. Bronzer is definitely my favorite step, especially today. I'm actually having a rosacea flare up right now. So my actual cheeks underneath all of this blush at the moment are just as like red, pink, vibrant as my blush is. I went a little overboard with the blush, so I put a little bit of concealer on right here underneath my eye because I felt like the blush was a little bit too close to my mouth and my eyes. See, I feel like that's a little bit better. It was a little too distracting. And I know it was just for like show purposes, but still, it was bothering me. Okay, so now I'm going in with the cream. And I do think that with this bronzer, I usually do cream first, powder second. But just because I was applying the blushes, powder first, cream second, I figured, why not? Let's just try it. Alright, so after all of that blending, this right here is what we're looking like. I do feel a lot more comfortable wearing these tones out. So I feel like for the most part, when I wear this palette, I will definitely be wearing the blushes combined because I just like this look better. But you do have the option of wearing it more vibrant, and you do have 3 beautiful Patrick Ta blushes that are going to be a little bit more cost effective than buying them individually, which is really nice. And Patrick Ta's blush formula is incredible and I do highly recommend it. Let's finish this up with some lipstick. This is my Ilona lip liner from Natasha Denona and Westman Atelier Glossy Balm in the color Nana. Okay, so this right here is the finished look. If you want to take a look at any specific product that I'm wearing on my face and might have not mentioned throughout the video, I have a list of everything on my face down below in the description box, and you'll also be able to find the links for this palette, the discount code for the Patrick Ta website, which you can use, you know, throughout the whole website. It's not just on this palette. Anytime you shop the Patrick Ta website, you can definitely use Patty C Alonso 15 if you want to save 15%. While the super vibrant colors of the palette are not my day-to-day cup of tea, I can definitely make them work by combining the colors to each other. And I know that the color preference is just personal, so if you are someone who loves blush and you want a more vibrant blush, definitely check this palette out because you are absolutely going to love it. The Patrick Ta blush formula is incredible. I love his little put the cream on top of powder trick. It just makes your cheeks look so amazing. So that is it for this video. I definitely do hope the palette comes back in stock very, very soon. If you guys liked the video, don't forget to please give it a thumbs up before you leave. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't leave without subscribing. I would love to have you over. Turn on your notification bell if you want to get notified when I upload. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!